At the peak of the season, I didn't think these tomatoes were ever gonna end, but it's the middle of August and they're just about done. So this week, started getting ready for the fall garden, and the only problem is that if I plant seeds in here right now, these little dinosaurs are gonna find them and eat them. So I need to get the chickens out of the garden. And there's 2 reasons chickens are in the garden right now. One is because we have this love shack right here in the garden, and I'm letting the chickens out to eat the bugs and have just a little bit of extra room to free range. So there's 3 chickens that live in there. But the other reason that we have chickens in this garden, we have a breach in the fence. So I have a couple of pieces of wood there and there. I don't think that's going to be enough to fix all of this, so I'm going to go see what else I can find. So I brought my drill and my screws. What I have 4-inch screws here, which is too long for this actually. So I need to go find some shorter screws. So let's go take a look and see what I have laying around here. So while we're walking over to the barn, I will tell you why I have chickens in with my goats. I was deployed at the time, and my husband kept telling me about this egg he could not get from this chicken. She was just feisty and would not give it up. And I said, well, at this point, you kind of have to let her have it because she's had it for too long. Okay, this is our wood pile. Yes, I definitely see some things we can use here. I think this one, I need this bag. I think this one's gonna be good. Yeah. Anyway, so he let her keep it. I got back from deployment not too long after that, a couple of weeks, I guess. And we'd gone to church. We were coming back from church that day, and Neil went out to go get that egg and throw it out because he was pretty sure it wasn't going to hatch. And came running into the house. You guys got to come out to the barn. And we got out here, and the cutest little ball of fluff you have ever seen popped out from behind his mama. And that chick is named Baby Chick. Capital B, capital C, Baby Chick is his name. And really long story short, he needed his own flock. He was in with the chickens. He wasn't getting along with the roosters in there. This is after he grew up a little bit. He wasn't getting along with the roosters in there. So we moved him over to the guineas, which they were fine with him for a while until they reached sexual maturity, which usually is about 2 years for the kind of guineas we have. And he started losing his tail feathers. So I told Neil we had to move him. We didn't really have another spot for him at the time, so we grabbed a couple of hens and took him down to the goat shed, and we're just like, we'll just see if this works down here. And it is a match made in heaven. Chickens and goats go together like peas and carrots, although I've never actually eaten peas and carrots together, I don't think. But anyway, they go really well together, and I don't know why more people don't talk about it. It's amazing. So the chickens eat all the food that the goats spill. They eat larvae out of the goat poop, the fly larvae. So we don't have nearly as many flies as we did before. Say hi to Annabelle. Anyway, works out really well. And the goats also act as a natural deterrent for predators. So even though they're not going to necessarily protect a chicken, I think predators probably think twice before going in there and messing with our chickens. We haven't lost any chickens down in the goat area, and they all free range like you could see. So it's pretty awesome. I love having chickens down there. We don't feed them. We don't have a feeder down there. I do sprinkle some food down there before the goats come out in the morning. I'll show you that sometime, how that works. But anyways, but the chickens down there are getting into the yeah, they're getting into the garden and I want to plant my fall garden. So we got to fix that. So I'm going to put this here by the barn and then I'm going to go look for some screws. And I'm going to spare you that because where I have to find the screws is one of my probably least favorite places right now because it's super disorganized. But I did buy some organizers. I don't know, maybe I'll just show you anyway so you can see what I'm dealing with. It's not pretty. Okay, never mind. I forgot that in addition to it being disorganized, it also doesn't have any light. So I couldn't show you how bad it is. It's actually kind of a blessing, I guess. Yeah, so I want to get this done before evening chores tonight so that I can just plant the garden tomorrow. I gotta harvest honey tomorrow too because it's been a really wet year here, wet season. And our honey hasn't all been capped like it normally is, like at the beginning of July. It's mid-August and we still have honey out there we wanted to take. So I'm gonna do that first thing in the morning before it gets hot. And then I wanna work on this garden. I wanna get it in so we have plenty of time to grow all the things we need to grow before the days get too short. Okay, so, yeah, a lot of goats out here. I'm just going to take the pieces of wood that I have and I'm going to screw them to the one that is already here that's kind of holding this part of the fence down, and then just see how that works, and then maybe use, like, I don't know, maybe some I don't know, are they called fence staples, some staples of some kind to actually attach like the fencing here to the wood, because yeah, I think that's probably high platoons, probably a better way to do it. But anyway, we'll see how it works out. Just a second. I am very much the type of person who figures things out as I go. Whether it's fixing a fence or really any of the projects on the farm. I mean, I try to have a relatively good idea of what I'm doing before I set out, but if I don't know how to do it, it's not going to stop me from getting it done. I'll figure it out as I go if I need to. Okay, I just want to let you all know that if this video is shaky, it's not my fault, it's their fault. I mean, it's probably my fault too, but it's also their fault. How can I work like this? I can't work like this. So, my husband came out and asked me if I wanted some real wood. No, I don't. I want the crap that I found. We're gonna fix it with this. Let's go. I wanted to do this before chores, before my whole family came out here, but looks like I wasn't fast enough, so Neil is going to be helping. He's my assistant and he's passing me the pieces of crappy wood that I found. And Dahlia is smelling them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I just want to attach, can't really see what you can see. I think I'm not really showing you this very well. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this to, do you mind? Just wanna attach this to here, and then it doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to keep chickens out of my garden and not eat the seeds that I'm going to plant hopefully tomorrow. Alright, so let's see here. That's in reverse. I should have brought out a drill bit to actually start the hole, but I didn't. So here we are. Good enough. Good. I'm so glad you're catching all of this. Here's the next one. Alright. Good enough. And then we still got a little ways to go. Can you hand me another piece of wood, my dear? I don't, how about, yeah, okay, that one's fine. It's already got a screw in it though. Okay. You do not have to be great at something in order to do something, right? This is getting done. It's not pretty. It's a little ugly. Not great at it. I'm just medium at it, but it's getting done. And that's the important thing. You don't have to be perfect to get started. This is the last piece of wood that I got, and I think this is the last piece of wood that we'll need. I'm gonna stick this one on here. Oops. I drilled it. Okay, the beauty of using crappy wood is that if you strip your screws, it really doesn't matter because you're not trying to salvage this crap anyway. All right, and I think that's good. I think that the chickens can definitely move this away from the fence right now and get under there. So all I have to do is take this and just stick it to the fence somehow, and I think we're good to go. And I don't hate the idea of possibly maybe just putting a hole here and like sticking it on with a zip tie. That actually may not be that bad of a plan. And it shouldn't take me too long either. So I'm gonna go get a couple of drill bits and some zip ties, and I'll be back. Okay, so my plan to get this done before evening chores kind of backfired. The girls are out here probably feeding the boy goats and maybe getting food ready for the milking does. I'm not sure exactly where they are. I think they're also maybe feeding the barn cats. They're doing the beginning of the chores right now. You saw Neil, he's down in the garden. Probably wondering what in the world I'm doing and why. He can do things like fix the fence, but I just don't want to pester him with it right now. Stuff that I can do, and I'm going to just take care of it. And while I'm taking care of it, I will show you how I'm doing it, just in case it's helpful, I guess, in any way to you. I don't know, probably better ways to do it, but this is a way. Okay, so I got the drill bits, I got zip ties, and I got a little, I don't know what this is. What is this thing? Whatever this thing is, because this thing, there, now you can see it. There's a couple of nails in one of the pieces of wood, and I don't want one of the goats to be rubbing up against the fence and get a puncture wound or something like that. So I'm gonna get those out before anything happens. That term, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, means a lot on the farm. They know it's just about time for milking and they want to come out and get their snacks. Move on, guys. Come on, I'm coming in. All right. Hi, Lily. Okay, so here's Lily. This is Juniper. That's Daffodil. That's Dahlia. Rosie. Cherry. She's got such a cute little face, I can't even. Okay, and here's our little project here. So, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a couple of holes and see if we can't get this thing adhered to the fence. Alright, so I don't think this is gonna be too tricky. The thing to remember So after I do this, I'm going to cut the tips of these off. You know, I put 2 sets of these holes in, but probably, as I'm looking at this, 1 set would have done the trick. Would be easier that somebody was like feeding this dirt for you, but who wants things to be easy? Or if I were on the other side of the fence doing this, also would be easier. Why I'm doing it on this side of the fence? I don't know. See, let me make the mistake for you, so that you don't have to make them yourself. Alright, welcome back, campers. Here we go. And this is hard to see on this side of the fence, too. We will not let that deter us. Okay. Let's get this tied on here. I think that's probably good. I don't think we're gonna have, you can't see me at all. I don't think we're gonna have unwanted chickens in the garden tomorrow. So I'm gonna catch them all tonight because they can't get back in the way they got out, back in their pasture, because they sleep in the goat shed with the goats at night. So they need to get back in there. So I'll catch them after we milk the goats tonight and put them back in the pasture, and then in the morning we will see if we have unwanted chickens in the garden, and if we do, then I guess we'll deal with that problem when we come to it. But for now, I think we're good. And this took me, I don't know, probably felt like it took a lot longer than it did to you watching it, because it was pretty painful, but I bet you it only took me about 20 minutes or so, getting the tools and all that stuff and just doing it. Yeah, granted, it's not beautiful and it's probably not the best way to do it, but it's gonna work, and getting it done is better than, I guess, waiting until you figure out exactly the best way to do it, and that could take a really long time, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, just do it. Just get it done. Just do it and not worry about it. And if it works, it's good enough, as long as it's safe. And I am signing off to go milk my goats.